Hey everybody, welcome back. We're outside. So you'll hear the wind blow and the thing's open for the kids. And the door's right there. Shut the door so the dogs wouldn't bother me. So here is where we are. We're at Fish Lake National Forest at Fish Lake, on Fish Lake. This is a brochure and it is pretty cool. I'm going to talk to you about this. So make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below. Say hey, how you doing? So this is where we come every year. Since I've lived here, since we moved out here to Utah, this is the closest for me for New England. So a little bit about, okay, so when you come down in to the basin here, you've got Lakeside, which is where we are. And if you keep going, in the middle is the lodge, Fish Lake Lodge, and if you keep going down towards the end is Bowery Haven. We've stayed all over, but we like this one the best. And so Fish Lake Lodge itself is old, 1911. It is really old. When we first started coming up here, they held Sunday services in there, and in the last 5 years, well, Ariel's going to be 13, so yeah, probably in about five years now, 4 or 5 years. They don't do it anymore because of insurance stuff that has to be redone. It's old, 1911, and I'm going to show you a picture of it. This one doesn't do it justice, but this is the picture of the lodge right here, and this is an old video, old picture, but it was set up in 1911, and then in 1913 they made the single-story lodge. Open air dance hall was completed. They used to hold dances down there and stuff. They still have functions, but not, I don't know, you have to know what's going on. And then in 1917, extreme flooding and drain problems caused the structure to collapse into the lake, because it's right on, well, it's not near it's on a hill, and you go down the hill and the lake is right there. And then in 1920, they built a 2-story building, which later burned. So it burned down. They rebuilt it, burned down. And then 1928, they started construction on the lodge. It's huge. They took logs out of the summer out of Pelican Canyon, is called Pelican Canyon, on the northeast side of the lake, which is, I'm gonna take you for a walk so you can see all of this. And then in 1932, construction was finished and the lodge opened. So in 1932, they actually opened it up, and it was once the largest wooden structure in the west of the Mississippi, which is kind of cool. I grabbed the brochure because I don't have one, and I keep forgetting to grab one. But it talks about Fish Lake Basin, camping. In the winter, they close the road. They don't maintain it like they would a normal road because you're up a mountain. So you can go ice fishing out here. The fish are huge. They don't have a picture of the fish on here, but they are huge. They look like deep sea fish is what they look like. But there's a lot to do. There's camping areas that you don't have to, well, you still have to pay, but you don't have to pay per, you know, like an RV like we would. You know, you can set up tent or whatever, and I don't know how much it is now, but you can get a campsite, and there's a bunch of different campsites around. So the elevation here is 8,843 feet above sea level. It's high up. And if you're not used to it, you will you catch your breath. That's why I'm not going to walk too far, because I haven't been up here long enough to get used to it yet. We've only been up here a couple of days, so, but I'll walk you down. The length of the lake is 5.5 miles. Yeah, probably. It seems like maybe a little bigger than that, but the width from one end across is 1.5 miles, which seems not a lot until you're in a boat that doesn't go fast. And then it seems like it takes forever to get to the other side. The depth is 170 feet, And last I knew, I didn't think they found the bottom of the lake here. It was, we're sitting in a volcanic, used to be the volcano part of it. And the surface area, you know, around the land and stuff is 2,500 acres. They have, the kind of fish they have here is they have rainbow trout, lake trout, mackinaw, splake, a cross between a lake trout and a brook trout, a yellow perch, non-game species, Utah suckers, red side shiners, native mottled sculpin, I don't know. The lake is currently managed by annual stocking of rainbow trout and splake. So they put fish in here every year. And when Jeff was a kid, hardly anybody used to come up here. And now, like, our campground is like packed. I mean, there's nobody in the site above us, just above us. I don't think there's anybody directly across from us either. But usually this place is packed, and you wouldn't know that COVID was going on, especially last year. I mean, this place was packed, and you're far enough away from each other that you don't get bothered or anything. So the summertime temperatures rarely exceed, the water temperatures rarely exceed 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That water is stinking cold. And when my other kids were little, my son thought it would be fun to try to water ski it. He didn't last long, he turned blue. You have to have a wetsuit. I mean, it's cold. Air temperature is usually about 80. In July, like this year, where it's so hot, it may get up to 85 or so, but it's still nicer than 100 down below where we are, you know. It freezes over usually around the last week of December, so you have fishing all the way up through. I think water just unfroze here maybe, let's see, this is June, like sometime in March, April time frame, there was still ice out here. So it's really something. It's a fun place. So I'm gonna take you around, so I don't lose my thing. I'm gonna pause the video and then I'm gonna come back where you can see everything. Okay, here's the west side of the lake. Let me turn you around, see if I can hold you. And then you can see the east side. That's the mountain. There's my truck and the camper. So we will go, it's gonna be hard for me to see you, but we will go for a little walk. It's buggering up, I don't know why, but that's why I keep pausing. But we'll go for a little walk down here so you can see the lake. So you can start to see the lake anyway. Okay. So there's a campground down there. It's called, over there is called Doctor's Creek. And there's a road that you can go down and around. And down there there's that little house that you see is a toilet, you know, outhouse. Now these trees right there in front of us, I have a picture of Ariel as a baby in a stroller, and we were standing in front of them. So let's go. I'm trying not to get the campers in it, but it's gonna be hard because it's full up here. So you can see the lake. I'm gonna go over here. You see the lake. I'm not gonna walk all the way down, but as soon as you go down in front of those last campers down there, you look down there and you'll be able to see the little lodge and the docks and stuff. And you can see the other side of the lake right there, all the way down there. And that tree's in the way. Okay, way down in front of those trees, down there by the water, you see the water? There is, okay, they call it Joe Bush down there. But there's the lake, guys. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. This is my favorite scenery right here with the different pine trees and stuff. So that's really pretty. So there's a little bit of the lake. You can see the road, the cars driving. Everybody rides bikes here and stuff. I wouldn't, but I get winded. Now you can see, I can't zoom in, but you guys can. That's Ariel and her friend and hubby. They went on a little hike because the truck couldn't start. He wanted to go fishing again, but maybe later. But anyway, there is everything, guys. It's so pretty. If I take a ride down to the dock, I will video down there, but it's probably going to be crowded with people. You can see that right there between that those two campers and the big rock. See those other trees? See that like little area right there? That's where they go fishing. They built a levee out there so you can walk out there and you can go fishing. That's where they're going fishing when they go, is right down there. So that's fun. All right, guys, so we will see you all again soon in the next video. Look it up online, look up Fish Lake, Utah, and check it out. It's beautiful. So you can